Here's a number I want you to sit with for a moment. 30%. That is how much of your money some of the most popular RVs on dealer lots right now will erase. Not over a decade, not after hard miles in the desert, but within the first 36 months of ownership. And we are not talking about some obscure brand you have never heard of. We are talking about rigs with glossy brochures, smiling salespeople, and price tags that start at $80,000 and climb well past $150,000. Here's the thing, when you are a weekend camper, a bad RV purchase stings. You swallow a loss, park the thing, and chalk it up to tuition. But when you are a full-timer, when that RV is your home, your only home, a bad purchase does not just sting. It drains your savings account, buries you upside down on a loan, and leaves you with a money pit you cannot walk away from without a financial gut punch. Today we are auditing 5 brands that are being sold as full-timer ready rigs, when the resale data, the recall databases, and tens of thousands of owner reviews tell a completely different story. We are going to show you the real depreciation math, the structural failures that full-timers discover too late, and the corporate decisions behind every one of these builds. Stop shopping like a victim and start thinking like an auditor. Smash that subscribe button right now because we are about to save you from some seriously expensive mistakes. And stay with us to the very end because we are going to name the one brand that full-timers actually trust. And it is not what your dealer is going to try to sell you. Brand 5, Gulfstream Coach. We start our blacklist at number 5 with Gulfstream Coach. And I want to be fair here because Gulfstream was not always a punchline. Founded in 1983 as a family-owned business, Gulfstream actually had a reputation in its early years for durability and thoughtful design. That is the version of Gulfstream that dealers are still selling you today. The brochure version, the family-owned, dedicated to quality version. Then go read the owner reviews from the last 5 years. Across consumer affairs, IRV2 and RV True, the word that appears over and over and over again is leaks, not occasional leaks. Systemic from day one, denying warranty claims leaks. One verified buyer on Consumer Affairs bought a new Gulfstream travel trailer, drove it 2 hours home, opened it up, and found USB ports had fallen out of the wall, the refrigerator handle had broken off in their hand, and 2 window latches would not close. New, out of the box. Another owner reported taking a $23,000 Gulfstream trailer to the dealer repeatedly for leaks and structural problems in its first year of ownership. Gulfstream's warranty department told them, and I want you to hear this directly, that sometimes you get what you pay for. Then they told this customer to sell it if they did not like it. That is not a warranty department. That is an exit strategy. Now here's the depreciation trap. A used Gulfstream unit listed on RV Trader will typically sit for weeks longer than comparable units and at a discount because word has gotten out. Buyers in the used market are not interested, and when they do buy, they are buying at 10 to 15% below what the NADA guide says the unit is worth, because the real-world market has priced in the risk. A $23,000 new Gulfstream can realistically be competing against $14,000 used listings of the same model within 12 months. $10,000 gone in a single year. Translation, you are not buying an RV. You are renting one at full retail price and paying for the privilege of owning the warranty disputes that come with it. Gulfstream's tagline promises quality built for dedicated RVers. The owner forums tell you it is held together by hope and self-tapping screws. And the resale market has already figured that out. If Gulfstream at number 5 already has your attention, wait until you see what number 4 looks like under the hood. Brand 4, Coachmen RV. Number 4 on our blacklist is Coachmen RV, the Forest River subsidiary that has been selling nostalgia for decades. Coachmen was founded in 1964, and there was a time when that heritage meant something. They were once considered the number 1 RV manufacturer in the United States. Then the 2008 financial crisis hit, Forest River acquired them, and the relentless focus on volume took over. Today, Coachmen's heritage is a marketing asset, not a manufacturing reality. Here is the technical truth. Coachmen units are produced in the same ecosystem that generated the Wall Street Journal's bombshell, the 2025 investigation, the one that revealed Forest River issues more recalls than any single U.S. automaker or RV manufacturer from 2015 to 2024. Many of those recalls are not from defective parts. They are from manufacturing errors. Workers paid on piece rate pay, a bonus system that rewards speed over precision, putting in the wrong fuse, misaligning a furnace vent, puncturing a microwave with an oversized screw. These are not engineering failures. They are attention failures that happen when a factory is optimized to push units out the door. For full-timers, Coachmen's failure points cluster around 2 areas you absolutely cannot live with: leakage and slide-out reliability. Owner review after owner review describes drawers that detach, slides that bind and fail, and cabinet doors that shimmy loose within the first few hundred miles. Particle board countertop underlayment, not marine grade plywood, particle board, swells and warps the moment it meets humidity. And when you are living in an RV full-time, there's always humidity. On the depreciation side, Coachmen's entry-level and mid-tier units depreciate faster than the industry average precisely because the used market knows what it is getting. An entry-level Coachmen Apex with a new MSRP around $35,000 can show up in the private party market at $22,000 to $24,000 within 3 years, even in perfect condition. That is a 33% loss before you factor in any repairs. And with Coachmen, there are always repairs. Translation, you are buying a 60-year-old brand name on a unit that the factory rushed to finish before the weekend bonus period ended. The name says heritage. The build says Tuesday afternoon at 3:59. Coachmen was the #1 RV manufacturer once. That was then. Today, it is a depreciation trap wearing a legacy badge. And if you think Coachmen is bad, number 3 on this list is going to make you reconsider every time you have seen the word luxury on an RV window sticker. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Brand 3, Heartland RV. Number 3 is Heartland RV. And this one is personal for a lot of full-timers because Heartland specifically markets several of its fifth wheel lines as built for extended or full-time living. The Bighorn, the Landmark. These are not budget rigs. We are talking about units with MSRPs that run from $80,000 to well over $110,000. They show up at RV shows with real wood cabinetry, residential refrigerators, and fireplace packages. They look to the untrained eye like the real deal. Heartland was founded in 2003 by former Coachmen employees who wanted to build a better product. For about 7 years, they largely succeeded. Then in 2010, Thor Industries acquired them. And Thor Industries is, at its core, a volume manufacturer. Thor owns Airstream, Dutchman, Keystone, Jayco, and more than a dozen other brands. Their model is acquisition and scale, not crowd. When Thor absorbed Heartland, the mission shifted. Today, Heartland's structural failure record is documented in painful detail across owner forums and consumer complaint databases. Reports include exterior walls cracking within 3 years, delamination on slide-outs, and roof leaks that began before the first warranty service appointment. One verified reviewer reported that their unit's outer wall near the slide had developed a 7-inch crack. 3 years old, not an accident, not abuse, normal use. But here's the failure mode that specifically destroys full-timers, frame flex. A unit designed for weekend camping is built to sit still 90% of the time. A full-timer's rig moves. It flexes over expansion joints, across mountain passes, down dirt campground roads. Heartland's frame construction, particularly on its mid-tier fifth wheels, has generated consistent complaints about structural flexing that cracks fiberglass, warps slide seals, and allows water intrusion at the exact point where the walls meet the roof. Water intrusion on a full-timer's rig is not an inconvenience, it is a countdown clock. The depreciation math on Heartland is brutal for the luxury buyer. A Heartland Bighorn with an $85,000 MSRP will commonly list on RV Trader in the low 50s after 3 years of use, even in excellent condition. That is over $30,000 evaporated. And because the brand's reputation in the full-timer community is well documented, it sits on the market longer than comparable fifth wheels from Northwood or Outdoors RV, compounding the loss with time. Translation, you are buying a $100,000 home on a frame that was not engineered to be lived in. The furniture looks residential because that is what the brochure needed to say. The bones are not. Heartland sells you the dream of full-time luxury. The resale market sells you the reality. $30,000 later, with a for sale listing that sits for weeks because smart buyers have done their homework. Number 2 on this list is the one that surprises people the most because the brand name sounds like it should be trusted. Brand 2, Keystone RV. Number 2 is Keystone RV. And yes, I know, Keystone is one of the best-selling towable brands in North America. The Montana, the Cougar, the Outback. These are names that move units. Camping World loves Keystone. Dealers love Keystone. You want to know who does not love Keystone after 3 years of full-time living? The people who bought one for full-time living. Keystone was acquired by Thor Industries in 2001. Before that acquisition, Keystone had a reasonable reputation. After it, and this is documented consistently by long-term owners, the quality began a slow but steady erosion as Thor's volume-first philosophy took hold. Today, Keystone's entry and mid-tier models are built to a spec that works perfectly well for the occasional camper who wants a lot of square footage for the dollar. For a full-timer, that spec is a betrayal. Let us go to real-world owner data. A full-timer who lived in a Keystone Cougar fifth wheel for 6 years and documented it publicly listed every repair the unit required in that time. The list is long: landing, jack, motor, gearbox failure, plastic components that shattered under regular use and had to be upgraded to aluminum, refrigerator cooling unit rupture, an ammonia leak that required full replacement, water heater tank perforation from a factory defective weld on the burner chamber. That is not bad luck. That is what happens when a unit built to weekend tolerances gets used at full-time intensity. The insulation story is particularly relevant for full-timers. Keystone markets its Polar package as cold weather capable. Full-timers in the Pacific Northwest and Mountain West have reported that in temperatures below 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the furnace runs nearly continuously and still cannot maintain a comfortable temperature. A single 13,500 BTU air conditioner cannot cool the unit when outside temperatures exceed 85 degrees. These are not edge cases. These are the conditions that full-timers live in for months at a time. And then there is the resale reality. Keystone's sheer volume in the market actually works against its owners at resale time. Because so many Keystones exist, the used market is saturated with them. A 2020 Keystone Montana with an original MSRP around $100,000 can be found on RV Trader in the low 60s 3 to 4 years later, often competing against 10, 20, 30 identical listings within a 100-mile radius. Saturation kills your negotiating position. The depreciation trap with Keystone is not just the value loss. It is that you cannot even sell the thing quickly because the market is drowning in them. Translation: Keystone built its business on giving you a lot of RV for the dollar. What they did not tell you is that the dollar per square foot math worked by cutting corners on the components that matter most to someone who actually lives there. Keystone is one of the most popular RV brands in North America. It is also one of the most brutal depreciation traps for anyone who buys new, lives in it full time, and tries to sell it 3 years later into a market glutted with identical units. Number one on this list is the brand that has done more damage to more full-timers than any other name in the industry. If this is already saving you from a headache, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Brand 1, Thor Motor Coach, the Hurricane line. Number 1 on our blacklist is Thor Motor Coach, specifically the Hurricane Class A motorhome line. And I want to explain why a Class A motorhome is the absolute worst possible vehicle for an uninformed full-timer to purchase. Because the failure here is not just about brand quality, it is about category. It is about the promise of luxury versus the reality of a motorized platform that compounds every quality control failure with a drivetrain that is also depreciating, also aging, and also one mechanical problem away from grounding your entire home. Thor Motor Coach was created in 2010 through the merger of Damon Motor Coach and Four Winds International. It produces roughly 1 in every 4 motorhomes sold annually in North America. That scale is the problem. When you produce that many units that fast, quality control is not a craft, it is a probability game. And Thor Motor Coach has been losing that game in documented, measurable, recurring ways. The Hurricane line in particular carries a failure profile that reads like a stress test for every system you depend on as a full-timer. Electrical issues dominate the complaint record. Failing lights, incorrect wiring from the factory, dead house batteries, converters that do not charge, appliances that do not run. Owners on Pistol Consumer and IRV2 report discovering loose, unconnected hot wires under sleeping areas on brand new units. One family reported that their new Thor Hurricane had its water heater plumbed incorrectly and a loose wire sitting adjacent to it. A combination that, on a full-timer's rig, running appliances around the clock creates a fire risk, not an inconvenience. The suspension situation is uniquely punishing for full-timers. The Hurricane line's shock absorbers generate consistent complaints about a rough, rattling ride even on smooth roads. When you drive a Class A motorhome full-time, when you are moving it dozens of times per year instead of a handful, that inferior suspension accelerates wear on every component connected to it. The seams, the cabinetry joints, the slide seals, the roof membrane. Everything vibrates loose faster on a bad chassis. The warranty record is its own indictment. Thor Motor Coach's factory warranty receives a rating of 2.6 out of 5 stars on RV Insider. Owner complaints range from outright denial of covered claims to repairs that take months to schedule and come back incomplete. One buyer of a $480,000 2023 Thor unit reported that warranty items from their April delivery were still unresolved the following January. 9 months, nearly $500,000, still broken. Now for the depreciation traps. This one is the most devastating on our entire list because Class A motorhomes depreciate faster than any other RV category. Class A rigs lose approximately 30% of their value within the first 3 years of ownership. A Thor Hurricane with a $200,000 MSRP, which is a realistic entry point for a well-optioned Class A, will carry a private party value in the range of $135,000 to $140,000 after 3 years of full timing. That is $60,000 gone. On a motorhome with a documented quality record, that makes resale even harder because informed buyers run from them, and used motorhome buyers doing their homework are increasingly informed. Here's the thing, the RV industry does not want you thinking like an auditor. It wants you thinking like a dreamer. It wants you picturing the open road and the freedom and the lifestyle. And it is counting on you signing paperwork before you open a single owner form, pull a single recall report, or ask a single mechanic what they see come through the door most often. The Hurricane is the perfect encapsulation of that strategy. It looks enormous and impressive on the dealer lot. The interior looks like a hotel suite. The MSRP makes you feel like you are buying quality. And by the time the electrical problems start, the warranty fights begin, and you pull up the native guide to price it for resale, the dealer is 3 states away and very busy selling the next one. Translation: you are paying $200,000 for a home that was assembled at speed by workers incentivized to finish fast, on a chassis that will eat 30% of your investment in 36 months, with a warranty that the manufacturer will fight you to use. The Thor Hurricane is the #1 full-timers regret on our blacklist. Not because it is the cheapest option, it is not, but because it sells the biggest dream and delivers the biggest depreciation trap. It is held together by hope and self-tapping screws, and the resale market has known that for years. So let us step back and look at what these 5 brands have in common. Gulfstream, Coachmen, Heartland, Keystone, Thor Hurricane. Every single one of them operates in a market that rewards marketing over manufacturing. Every single one of them benefits from a sales environment where the buyer is in an emotional state, the dealer is compensated to close, and the actual build quality data. The recalls, the owner forms, the depreciation curves is buried under brochure photography and lifestyle promises. And every single one of them fails the full-timers dual test. They are not built to be lived in continuously, and they do not hold the financial value that would make the sacrifice worth it. That is a double betrayal. You lose comfort and you lose money at the same time. Here is your auditor's action plan. 4 things you need to do before you sign anything. First, pull the NADA guide before you step on the dealer lot, not after. Go to nadaguides.com, look up the specific year, make, and model you are considering, and then search RV Trader for private party sales of that same unit that are 2 and 3 years old. The gap between those 2 numbers is your real depreciation rate. If the gap is more than 25% in 3 years, walk away. Second, learn the 3 build quality signals that separate full-timer units from marketing fiction. Aluminum framing instead of wood, because wood rots, expands, contracts, and fails under continuous use. Azdel composite wall panels instead of Luan, because Luan is essentially thin plywood that delaminates when exposed to sustained humidity. Marine grade wiring instead of residential grade, because residential wiring is not rated for the vibration load of continuous travel. Any brand that cannot confirm all 3 of those features in writing is not a full-timer rig. It is a weekend camper with a luxury interior slapped on top of a budget structure. Third, before you finalize any purchase, have an independent RV inspector. Not a dealer recommended one, an independent one. Do a full pre-purchase inspection. Dealers hate this. That is exactly why you should do it. A qualified inspector will pressure test the roof seams, check every slide seal, verify the electrical connections, and look at the frame for flex damage or evidence of previous water intrusion. The inspection costs a few $100s. The information it gives you is worth tens of thousands. Fourth, know which brands actually hold their value for full-timers. The safe list exists. Northwood Manufacturing, their Arctic Fox and Nash lines are built with aluminum framing and Azdel composites and have some of the strongest resale values in the towable category. Outdoors RV builds 4-season capable units with genuine structural integrity. Oliver Travel Trailers holds resale value better than almost any brand in the country. We are going to do a full safe list breakdown in an upcoming video, so make sure you are subscribed so you catch that one the moment it drops. The RV industry is counting on you making an emotional decision with a rational amount of money. The 5 brands on today's blacklist are not accidents. They are the predictable output of a manufacturing model that prioritizes volume and marketing over structural integrity and long-term value. You know better now. Use it. Let me know in the comments which brand on this list surprised you the most. And if you want to make smarter choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.